Okay, this weekend, a pro tour happened, in case you didn't know, but more importantly, or more prevalently, there was a change to the Platinum Pro benefits program that everyone is up in arms about. Let me lay out some of the basic facts quick. If you earn enough pro points from playing in Grand Prix and the Pro Tour, you get Platinum status. Okay? The major takeaway from Platinum status is simply that you will get a $3,000 appearance fee just for attending a Pro Tour. Okay? This is originally laid out to help pros live a healthy lifestyle, as Wizards put it. Okay? But remember, there's only 3 or 4 Pro Tours a year that maybe if you attend all 4, you have a maximum take of about $12,000. This is now being cut, okay, from $3,000 down to $250. The rest of the money is being added to the World Championships prize pool, okay? Most of the community is taking up on behalf of the pro players. We're talking about only about 30 people, okay? 30 people of the millions that play Magic. Getting to Platinum is now simply not worth the effort of grinding, going to GPs and Pro Tours. That I would totally buy. Coming from the pros, a lot of them are saying, well, it's not about the money, but it's also about the timing. Rolling this out effective coming up after the next Pro Tour is pretty brutal. Meaning, if you've been grinding all year to reach Platinum status for 2016, 2017, that negates all your effort. So once you reach Platinum status, it's effective for the next year, meaning anyone who's been grinding towards it or who had hoped to get it for next year now just won't get it. Those who have already achieved Platinum status, people like LSV and such who always have Platinum status, Hall of Famers of that skill level, they're just taking a $12,000 hit, basically. But I want to lay out a couple different sides of this argument because I think we as Magic players like to be outraged. We like to blow everything way out of proportion, and that's why I want to emphasize the fact that we're talking about 30 people. Yes, it indirectly affects many more people with the dream of being a pro player. But I'm here to lay out some very harsh realities for you that this $12,000 really isn't that big of a deal. Okay, let me put this 12K in perspective. People just like to be outraged in this community as well as other community. There's people trying to sign change.org petitions, and it's just crazy to me. People are acting like this 12K is something substantial. Like pros were making a living and now we're taking it away. They get 3K to appear, okay? If they attend all 4, which I gotta assume most pros don't attend every single Pro Tour. How much is even left after travel expenses and taxes, right? They may cover some of your expenses when you're on site, but there's still a lot of inherent expenses that come with traveling, especially when you're talking about traveling out of the country, right? So my guess is this appearance fee, at best, covered the additional expense of traveling out of the country, okay? So most of this money wasn't making it to their livable income anyway. People out there are saying, well, if you take away this 12K, content is going to disappear. All this amazing content that these Platinum Pros are making is going to disappear. The vast majority of Magic-related content on the internet is not coming from Platinum Pros. While a lot of them do create content, it doesn't represent a fraction of the Magic-related content. And I'm not even talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the countless articles that come out every day by Magic grinders, people who aren't on the Pro Tour, or maybe people who are on the Pro Tour but aren't Platinum Pros. Look, I get it. We look up to these people and we want to take up for them when we perceive them being hurt. But being a professional really the reality of being a professional Magic player takes effort on both sides. This isn't like the NFL where you're paid purely for your skill and all you have to do is go out there and play. You have to work on your own. Pro players making a living from Magic the Gathering, if this 12K is really having that big of an effect on their lifestyle, maybe they should have spent spending time growing their Twitch streams, monetizing their own content, and doing things like that. I know the smart ones, many of them already do. When I watch guys like LSV stream, he's got hundreds and hundreds of people watching him, subscribing. A lot of pros are also saying, well, it's not about the money, it's about the timing. Baloney. I call BS on that. I know it's a total slap in the face to people who have been grinding and existing pros, but this is about the money, okay? It isn't about the timing. If they announced that while this change was going to go into effect in 2 years, everyone would still be complaining about it. Everyone would still be trying to sign change.org petitions. I get that this money is like validation, and I totally respect that. Look, my feelings get hurt when I don't get invited to MTG, Wizards community stream or things like that. I totally understand how they feel, and I respect their right to be upset. But this is purely about the money, okay? And they're putting most of it back into the prize pool. Yes, it goes from guaranteed down to non-guaranteed, and that is not the same thing. Wizards maybe tried to spin it like, well, they can win it, but you still have to win it, and variance is a very real thing in this game, right? So you go, Wizards is making money off your back, right, with coverage and selling cards. There should be some quid pro quo there. I don't disagree. But let me tell you what I think this real solution is here, okay? Number one, if you're a pro player or you want to be a pro player, you need to be thinking about your brand from day one. You need to produce content. We just don't have the luxury of being Hearthstone or other esports. And look, Magic, I don't think will ever be that. It is simply too boring to watch and too complex to learn. You need to appeal to really like the lowest common denominator of people to have huge streams and esports money. Things like League of Legends, I mean, you don't need to understand anything about the game to know if a character killed another one. Or Hearthstone is so basic that small children can play it competitively. So and it's also fun to watch. The interface is fun to watch. So if you want to be a pro, you need to be thinking about your brand. You need to stream on Twitch. You need to produce content on YouTube. You need to write articles. You need to find a way to make a living without appearance fees from Wizards. The Pro Tour is around many, many, many years before appearance fees ever existed, and it's going to be around for many, many years after, should they not reverse this. I do suspect they will reverse this, but if they don't, the Pro Tour is still going to exist, I assure you. It's going to be some different faces. Maybe some people will leave the game, but this is obviously something Wizards had to have thought about before making this change. Right now, people are reacting, but give some people some time to cool down, and I think the overall change is going to be nil. The other solution is, so look, the pro players need to get a little creative and find ways to make more money on the side if they want to be a pro player. But most of these pros also have jobs. Wizards has some responsibility. They need to really invest in someone who builds brand or brings in advertisers. Look, I sent one tweet a few months ago to DX Racer, the people that make these chairs, and they said publicly they wanted to get involved in sponsoring competitive Magic events. Why isn't everybody in the top 8 sitting on a DX Racer? I mean, simple things. Why aren't they drinking G Fuel? Why aren't they drinking, these are things that can be set up. But there clearly is no one at Wizards whose prime job is monetizing the Pro Tour. And I'm not even sure they know if that's what they want to do. But if you want a thriving pro scene, you need to invest somebody at the company, at Wizards, whose sole job is making these agreements. Not some coffee, Seattle drinking, feel-good gamer, a cutthroat business person who has experience in making these deals happen. I mean, there are people out there, right? Why can't we hire someone away who's doing all this work for Hearthstone? Or, why are we letting some of our best commentators go commentate for Hearthstone because we don't want to pay for them? I mean, Wizards need to invest some real money into monetizing the Pro Tour. What that's going to lead to is the ability for these pros to make more money, larger payouts at Pro Tours. Maybe we can't pay them a salary. There's a theory out there that Wizards had to reduce this amount because of the lawsuit going on in California, and they don't want to be perceived as employing these pro players, which I do understand, and I actually buy into that theory as something that could have happened. I'm not saying it did happen, but it is plausible. But Wizards needs to bring in outside sponsorship money. It's out there to be had, right? And we, as viewers of the Pro Tour, okay, we can do something too. What if, let me ask, all these people that are signing a change.org petition, gosh, why can't I say that? Would you be willing to pay $2.99 to subscribe, or $4.99 to subscribe on Twitch for Wizards? Would you pay for Pro Tour content? It's easy to click a mouse or to make a video like I'm making and tell everyone else to fix it. But if you want these pros to make a living from playing this game, would you be willing to pay for the content? Okay? If the answer is no, well then we're part of the problem. If we want pros to make a living, I don't think there's anything wrong with subscribing on Twitch or paying for some premium content service. But Wizards coverage has come a long way, but before people are willing to pay for it, it needs to go a whole nother level up. But it is improving, it's heading in the right direction, and I'm confident that if we can commit some financial investment as viewers of this content, if we trusted Wizards to put out a high quality product, we would see better chat experience. Imagine what, before Wizards had to shut off the Twitch chat because it got too toxic, what if it was in subscriber only mode? I feel like the chat would probably get a lot better. It would be generating money for these pros, okay? And it would be providing a better experience for me, who wants to chat in the Pro Tour, but doesn't want to get spammed to death and can't even use the chat, okay? So pros need to make more money. Wizards needs to invest in their product. And we, the viewers, need to uninstall ad block. We need to be willing to commit something financially to this product, I believe. And I think if we, the consumers, invest money, we can make certain demands. Like on Twitter, I talked about it and somebody said, hey, I would probably do it, but I want to see Legacy or whatever. Okay, if there are thousands of subscribers who watch this event 4 times a year, okay, maybe they would add a Pro Tour once they have the revenue. I don't think we're ever going to be big enough to just leave everything free like Hearthstone and make money off advertisers because there's 100,000 people watching. Magic is too complex. It is too boring to watch. But the Magic community is so generous. Look at all the Patreons, mine included, in YouTube. There's probably 15,000 Magic players are donating close to $15,000, let's say, on Patreon. Probably closer to $10,000 to $15,000 to existing content producers on YouTube. Okay? The Professor has $6,000. Manosaurus with $4,000. I have almost $2,000. Okay? The Magic community is so strong and so willing to give that I think that we can make the Pro Tour better. Okay? Yes, Wizards would have to earn some trust back. I don't like just cutting things and giving a BS excuse. I mean, the quote is actually maddening. The appearance fees we awarded for Platinum Pros were meant to assist in maintaining a professional Magic player's lifestyle. Upon scrupulous evaluation, we believe the program is not succeeding at this goal. We have made a decision to decrease appearance fees. That is counterintuitive. It's an oxymoronic sentence, right? $3,000 per appearance isn't doing enough to help them, so let's make it $0. What? I mean, come on. Who is even writing this stuff? I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, keep in mind though, it is not all on Wizards. It is not all on pros, and it's not all on us. But if we want something better, a better Pro Tour product, we have to be willing to pay for it. Wizards needs to invest in people who can help generate money, and the pros need to not rely so heavily on an appearance fee. The combination of these three things, I think, could fix the problem and actually improve the Pro Tour. But it takes an effort from everybody, and not just bitching on the internet about how this is, Wizards is making so much money and they're not giving it to pros. They're a business, guys. This is reality. But we can have something awesome if we all work together. What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.